from each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are, from memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried, and with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight, reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I'm Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 114th Disney Feature Lines film from June the 6th of the year 1974. That's right, we have made it to the year 1974. We are fastly creeping into modern times. Only
Modern times.
41 years or something. No, 51 years?
Yeah.
51 years. Whatever. So either way, from June the 6th of 1974, it is a film called Herbie Rides Again. That's right. This is the sequel to the 1968 Love Bug. The only difference between this and the 1968 Love Bug is the entire cast from 1968 Love Bug, including Dean Jones, are not in this film.
Yes.
That's true. There is some familiar faces, but they are not from this film. They are from other Disney films. But either way, would you like to start us off with a synopsis about Herbie riding again into 1974?
Sure. The living Volkswagen Beetle helps an old lady protect her home from a corrupt developer.
Yeah, without Dean Jones. Any opening thoughts or facts about Herbie riding into the year 1974?
I mean, I had never seen Herbie, like the original Love Bug, so I don't think I've ever seen this. And I don't think I saw I don't know, the recent remakes from like a few years back, but
No idea.
I don't know. I love Volkswagen, so I have high hopes.
That's what you got?
That's what I got.
Those are your facts? You love Volkswagens?
No, that was my opening thoughts.
It's true.
Um,
That's all we got. Okay. Have a nice night. We'll see you next week. No, I'm just kidding.
really.
Do you have any opening facts or anything, or are we diving
Yeah.
right in?
So, uh, actor Keenan Wynn reprised his role as the villainous, um, short-tempered Alonzo Hawk from both The Absent-Minded Professor and its sequel, Son of Flubber.
Edwin's son.
hmm Making Herbie Rides Again the only picture outside the Absent-Minded Professor films to feature his character role. It is a noteworthy that his name is changed from Alonzo P. Hawk to Alonzo A. Hawk.
Yeah, so they're not related.
Um, and then there's another scene that I'll get to whenever you talk about it. And then, although it is the sequel to The Love Bug from 1968, the phrase Love Bug is not in the title, though it was part of taglines for the film, which read The Love Bug's back doing his thing and The Love Bug's back doing a new hilarious adventure. In fact, the words Love Bug never appeared in any theatrical Herbie movie again. It was unused, or it was used in a little-known television production, Herbie, The Love Bug 1982 and The Love Bug 1997, but
There you go.
not any of that. And then, like you said, Jim Douglas is not in this movie, but he will reappear again when we get to the next Herbie movie.
Really?
Spoiler alert, yes, he does come back. And then Disney worked closely with Volkswagen to promote the sequel. Every uh,
Lots of Volkswagens.
Volkswagen dealer had a bug on display that was made up to look like Herbie. And there were 300,000 Herbie posters were distributed to dealers to pass on to their customers. If a customer wanted to turn their new Beetle into Herbie, they could buy the graphics kit from the Volkswagen's part department. I would be interested to see how much that would cost you back in the day. If you know that, please let us know. If you have ever had a Volkswagen and you've gone to the Volkswagen parts shop, you know how expensive it can be. So
Hmm.
please, if you know that detail of how much it costs to turn your car into Herbie, I would love to know, especially in the 1970s. The interior of the building that Herbie drives through later on um, was actually, he did actually drive through it, but that model of Herbie was had to be an electric vehicle for them to approve him to drive through it.
It's the same. It's electric.
Yeah,
Boogie.
yeah. I mean, that's about all I've got later, but
All
yeah.
right. Are we
Mhm.
diving right in?
Sure.
All right. So we open with a wrecking ball destroying a building. Unfortunately, Miley Cyrus is not in affiliated with this wrecking ball. We see a sign that another Hawk shopping center is being built.
Hmm.
We see Mr. Hawk himself, who's excited about destroying the buildings, and it just shows a bunch of destroying, like buildings being destroyed.
Hmm.
He even wants to knock down the Greek Colosseum. Like he is excited about building his buildings, his shopping malls, his hotel chains, his
Yeah.
apartment buildings. He's just excited. Um, we also learned that he's really excited about the world's highest office building, Hawk Towers. But there is one little problem. There's a small little firehouse that is on the property where he wants to build it. And of course, that firehouse is the main residence from the Love Bug. It is Herbie's firehouse. Um, so he is very convinced that he wants to evict this lady.
Yes.
Um,
Because she's the only thing standing in the way.
that's right.
She's a nuisance.
So he's the whole point is to evict this lady, the whole point of this whole film. We meet an older lady who lives there, um, and Herbie's out front. So while the guy goes to evict them, Herbie runs over the person's foot, and oh wait,
He didn't really go
I
to
missed up.
evict her.
I I
He
missed the
went to
whole.
go talk to her about like they're willing to buy this house from you.
Yeah, so I missed. I jumped ahead in my notes there. Basically, at the exact same time, his nephew shows up.
Mhm.
His nephew shows up, who recently just finished going to law school,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh, perfect! I can use you to help evict this lady."
Yeah.
So he tricks him into trying to evict the lady. And when he goes there, Herbie runs over his foot, starting the shenanigans.
Mhm.
Um, we learn that this is where we learn that Herbie's driver, which is of course Steve Jones from previous, has went off to Europe to race cars, and he left behind Herbie. Hence why
Yeah.
the lady moved in. Hence why the story
I
continues.
know.
What?
Such a sad story.
There you go.
I can't believe he would like go race another car other than Herbie.
I mean, he liked muscle cars. We've seen the film.
I know, but they couldn't do what Herbie could.
I mean, there you
We saw the film.
go.
Oh well.
So everything in the house is coming to life though.
Mhm.
Unlike the last film. Like everything, like the jukebox, everything is just coming to life. Everything is trying to warn the lady not to trust this lawyer, but the lady like is all infatuated with this lawyer.
Mhm.
We also meet a nice young lady whose name is Nicole, who, when she finds out that the attorney's with Mr. Hawk, punches him
Mhm.
for bothering them. Um,
Mhm.
she's like, fine, you want to go for a ride? Let's go for a ride in Herbie. And um, the attorney's very confused on why she keeps talking to the car. And we learn that, Herbie's just acting up, and we learn that Herbie is sensitive and starts acting crazy for the attorney, who still doesn't believe what's going on.
Yeah.
So he decides to drive, and then Herbie continues to act up. Right?
Mhm.
Herbie's just being Herbie. They stumble across the weirdest thing in any Disney film we've ever seen, and it was a car jousting tournament, like straight out of a Robin Hood King Arthur movie. They are jousting outside of cars. Um, Herbie decides to not let the attorney out of the car. He like locks the doors, and they join the tournament. But much to everybody's shock, Herbie beats the person that always wins, and they win $3. $3. Um, So after all this nonsense, the man asks Nicole to lunch where they can get to know each other. But one thing leads to another, and she ends up shoving a boiled lobster into him, and he falls into the water.
Yeah, she hits him with a lobster.
Correct. Because this film is not already off the rails. Um, that night, we see that Herbie is having dreams because cars can have dreams, kind of like the father in the last film we watched. Herbie
It's creepy though.
Herbie is having dreams and memories about when he was a famous racing car. We then see that the young attorney is prepping to quit his Uncle Hawk's uh, plan and firm because he's kind of fallen for this lady and he understands the situation. Um, he says goodbye to the lady. He says that he's moving, like he's out. He's
Mhm.
going to a different state or country. I don't know. I don't remember. Says bye to Herbie. But he decides that he is too afraid to talk to his uncle because Mr. Hawk is irate about the whole situation. So he decides that he's going to call him, and he pretends to be leaving on a ship. He pretends to be leaving on like a cruise ship to be leaving to go out of town. Mr. Hawk is screaming at this guy in the phone booth. He's very, very angry. So Mr. Hawk's like, "Fine, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna remove this lady myself."
Mhm.
He is going to go and he is going to pickpocket the car. He's going to pick up the car himself. Why? Because he used to be known as Hot Wire Hawk.
Mhm.
So he steals Herbie.
He
Thoughts about
thinks he
this?
does.
Go ahead, talk about it.
You can't steal Herbie.
Well,
Herbie has his own mind.
he thinks he steals Herbie.
You have just basically recreated Christine.
Yeah, none of our listeners are going to get that reference, but okay. So Herbie begins to fight back
If you get that reference, let us know.
Herbie begins to fight back in a bunch of hijinks. It ends up causing like a multi-car pileup. Um,
Mhm.
the police come, but Mr. Hawk kind of controls the police force, so he's like yelling at the police. The police try to like pull the car out of the way because it won't move, causing the police cars to crash into each other. And this is where Herbie throws Mr. Hawk from the car, and it is at this point that Mr. Hawk gets a bunch of citations. So clearly, the cops are like, "All right, man, we get it. Get over yourself."
Mhm.
Nicole's at the airport and she sees like the young attorney, except he's in a disguise. He has a beard and mustache. Um, he calls his mother to let her know, and the mother's like, "Well, I never liked you in a mustache and a beard, so you better shave that." And he's like, "It's fake," but whatever.
Yeah, because you can
Um,
see him through the thing.
he says that he's not going to be a rabbit anymore. He's not going to deal with his uncle.
Which I thought was a weird way to say that because I've never heard that like phrased that way, I
Facts
guess.
to run
But
away, but um, so he's going to show off to this Nicole lady, but we still think he's leaving.
mhm.
At the same time, Herbie is bringing the lady owner, whose name I never wrote down, to the market.
Miss Steinmetz.
Okay, her. He's bringing her to the market because she has to go like buy some broccoli. I think it was a lot of broccoli.
She had to buy groceries, but one of the main things she had to
Yeah.
buy was broccoli.
But while she's being driven she's like not paying attention because she's reading like her grocery list and Herbie's doing the driving.
Mhm.
But Mr. Hawk and his men, or I'm sorry, just Mr. Hawk's guys, try to block Herbie in, but he ends up climbing away. He climbs up the wall. This whole entire chase ensues while the lady's like clueless on what's taking so long.
Because she's reading like the paper or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, or like her like laundry or like her grocery list or whatever. Herbie's jumping from building to building to get away. They drive through a fancy hotel restaurant, kind of like you mentioned earlier with the drive-through,
Hmm.
first ever drive-through. Um, this is where Herbie climbs up the side of the Golden Gate Bridge all the way to the top,
The CGI was
1974. Um, the
so great.
the lady's still clueless. The men like try to like chase up there on foot and then have to run away because they're on the
Yeah.
Golden Gate Bridge. When she, all right, so that happens. That's a fun scene. There's a lot of hijinks there. Next scene, um, the lady returns home to find that Nicole is there with the young attorney who has decided to stay with Nicole
Now time out.
and help fight his uncle. Go ahead.
You've seen the Golden Gate Bridge. Did
Yeah, it was
you
freezing.
did you
Freezing.
drive across it or no?
Yeah. And it was like cloudy, so it was like we were in the clouds. And we were underneath it on a boat too.
So my thought was when they were trying when Herbie started reversing and going back down
Mhm.
the top of the bridge, could the guys not have just squatted down underneath the steps that they were walking on? It bothered me when we were watching
They
it.
weren't walking on steps. They were like walking up like the rod. They were like walking up like the side. They weren't going up steps. They were like climbing up the
Well, I
Golden Gate
understand the
Bridge.
way it looked like it was filmed, it looked like there was steps up there.
No,
And
no.
then Herbie was on the rods. And I thought there was steps in between the two.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Because I was like, why are they trying to run back down now when all they have to do is really like bend over and not get hit by Herbie? Okay,
Um,
anyway,
but they were way up
sorry.
there on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay.
Um, but long story short, the young attorney dude is now with Nicole to try to help fight Mr. Hawk to keep the house.
Hmm.
He's done with his mother's brother. He
Hmm.
is, I guess, his uncle. So they decided that they're going to go for a ride. Uh, the attorney guy whose name I never wrote down and Nicole are going to go for a ride, and they're going to go for a ride in Herbie. But the the
Willa Wilby.
the older lady,
Willabry. Wilby.
the older lady is trying to like set them up, but they're like laughing at it, kind of against it. So they go on Herbie to go wherever they're going to go. Oh, to get more broccoli. They're going to get more broccoli because now they have somebody else for dinner. Um,
He doesn't even like broccoli.
so then the Herbie ends up getting pursued again, so he heads to the beach. But the couple is like, oh, he's trying to make us, they'll spend some alone like romantic time together. But really, he was being pursued.
But the old lady actually put him up to it as well.
Hmm. And then this is where the attorney and Nicole kiss for the first time, but then Herbie splashes them with mud.
Like a child playing on the beach.
Yep. Um, but we learned that leaving there, the road is blocked. There's only one road in because it was blocked by the dude from Super Dad last film where the driver. I'm just kidding. No, not at all. You know, talking about how he was always driving to the beach.
Oh,
Be funny.
Stan?
Yeah, it would have been a funny tie-in, but no. So whatever. Basically, Mr. Hawk's guys end up getting this one dude to block the only way out. Um, so then what does Herbie do? He decides to take the water route. He just like drives right into the water.
With a shark
Yep,
following them.
there's a shark following them. Anything about that scene or the CGI of that scene?
So interesting CGI. You've definitely got a very special Volkswagen if you can drive that thing into water and it'll still work.
It's true. But the reason that Mr.
It's like
Hawk,
a duck boat has nothing on Herbie.
our listeners might not know what a duck boat is either, but either way,
If you get that reference, let us know.
so the reason that Mr. Hawk wanted them to like get delayed and block in their exit was because he went to the firehouse and he stole everything. Every single thing of the building is missing now. Uh, and they're like,
Which now thinking back to it doesn't make sense because the old lady was still supposed to be there. What did they do with her?
They um with the nanny from 101 Dalmatians, they locked her in the attic and they stole the good
Oh,
silver. The
the puppies. Okay, sorry.
wiring and the switches. Um, there's a reason why that's my number one film still. So either way, so Herbie, they end up realizing that it was Mr. Hawk, clearly that took the stuff. So they drive to Mr. Hawk's like warehouse, I guess. Herbie helps them break into the warehouse to in an attempt to reclaim their stuff, which causes an avalanche of stuff to come down on the security guards. Herbie helps push the belongings out of the way. And at this point, I thought this was funny. This is kind of off topic, but the people that Mr. Hawk is paying to help him like knock down this house are getting like irritated and like tired of
Oh
waiting
yeah, because
because he's paying them $80,000 a day.
I mean, I wouldn't have been irritated. I mean, if he was dumb enough to pay me that much and I still couldn't knock a building down, I wouldn't be calling him
Yeah,
being like, "Hey, you might
$80,000.
want to hurry." I'd be like, "Well,
But either way,
gonna pay off some student loans."
another chase ensues. Um, and there's like a rail car that has all the grandmother's stuff on it,
Mhm.
all the stuff from Mr. Hawk's warehouse, and the rail car like kind of gets away and like goes like it's like going down the San Francisco hills on its own. There's a
Yep.
bunch of hijinks. This random guy who's clearly drunk or whatever like gets on the rail car thinking it's like a rail car and he's like trying to hit on the lady who's clueless. You want to talk about that scene? Anything?
The guy on the rail car
Yeah.
that was pretty much just this inebriated
There's
old
also a
man.
spitting image of her ex-husband or of her husband who's
She
deceased.
did tell him that he resembled her late husband,
Mhm.
and he was trying to hit on her,
Mhm.
and it was quite adorable. And then they almost went into the water, but got the brake on.
This is the second film in a row that has a San Francisco rail car because in Super Dad the
You
rail
think it
car
was the same one?
runs over the boat or runs over the painting.
You think it's the same one?
I don't know.
Anyway,
But like you said, they do
uh,
stop it in the nick of time before it goes into the water.
yeah,
And
and
the lady has no idea because she's like reading her.
the old guy had no idea either because he was like, "Oh, this is my stop."
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's about to be everyone's stop, but okay.
So the next morning comes after they get all their stuff, and the grandma's like, she's had enough. She's going to confront Mr. Hawk. We see Mr. Hawk yelling because Keenan Wynn yells more than his father Edwin used to laugh. Herbie,
I really miss Edwin.
well, his son has taken over.
Yeah,
He's been in a
I
bunch of films.
don't like him as good.
It's got a mean jawline.
He has pretty nice eyes.
Herbie decides to like get up to Mr. Wynn's office, or Mr. Hawk's office, not Mr. Wynn, Mr. Hawk's office. He gets on like I don't know what it's called,
It's a
like a
window.
scaffolding thing.
It's a window cleaning like elevator on the outside of the building.
Yeah, and ends up going um up to Mr. Hawk's office level. The attorney is with the car and is hanging on for dear life as they go up. At the same time, we see that Mr. Hawk has had enough, and he's like, "I'm gonna ask for forgiveness. I don't care." Um, and he hires a wrecking ball crew to take out the firehouse without a permit. Like he's like, "I'm just gonna do it. I'll deal with it after I have enough money. I own this town."
Hmm.
So he hires that wrecking ball crew that he's paying $80,000 a day.
Hmm.
There's some hijinks in Mr. Hawk's office, including Herbie and lots of window washing suds. Like there's like soap everywhere. Right? I didn't miss anything there. Um, they're like chasing him out onto like the ledge, but Herbie gets end up getting stopped by the grandmother before he can cause any real harm to Mr. Hawks. I don't remember what she said to you to get him to stop. Something that bummed him out or something.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. So she ends up stopping Herbie before he could cause any harm to Mr. Hawk. Um, we see then that the attorney back at the firehouse pretends to be his uncle, like he like talks like his uncle
Oh,
on the
wait.
phone.
You weren't talking about her.
So the grandmother's driving Herbie, and they're on like the
Talk, calming Herbie down.
yeah.
She was, so yeah, she talked to him about the used car lot.
Oh yeah. She mentioned used car lot, which made him stop before they could knock the
And then she
Mr. Hawk.
whispered to the attorney, I would never take him there, but he doesn't know that.
But it worked.
I was just like, that's terrible.
So, but long story short, Mr. Hawk has had enough, and he's hired a wrecking ball crew.
Mhm.
There's some hijinks. There's all this stuff going on.
Yep.
So, but the attorney guy pretends to be his uncle and calls the like obtains. Basically, he like goes through like Christmas letters that he sent to find out what Mr. Hawk's real address is because nobody knew Mr. Hawk's address was. He calls the wrecking ball crew and pretends to be his uncle. So
Mhm.
like miming his voice like Captain Hook does in Peter Pan.
Mhm.
And actually Peter Pan does to Captain Hook. But and ends up telling the wrecking ball company again, unfortunately not with Miley Cyrus, to destroy the Hawk residence instead of the firehouse.
Mhm.
Um,
Which was quite hilarious.
and speaking of, we also see that Mr. Hawk is having a dream sequence,
Yes.
and he's being haunted by Herbie.
Yes.
Like so many dreams lately, but he's being haunted by Herbie. Herbie is like chasing this dude because again, he almost knocked him off of like a roof.
Mhm.
And like in this dude's dream, it's gone off the rails. He is being haunted by Herbie. But at the same time, he gets woken up because the demolition dude calls his house and he's like, "Are you sure you want to go to blah 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 address?" And he's like sleeping, so he's like, "Yes." And then the demolition crew, again, unfortunately without Miley Cyrus, begins to knock down Mr. Hawk's like really prestigious
House.
fancy house. There's some more yelling by Mr. Hawk. Um, And then the next day, we learn that Mr. Hawk has given up and calls the grandmother. But we learn that it is a phony story
It was all a ruse.
that he is still after the house. Um, the wrecking crews have arrived at the firehouse and things are not looking good. But then what does Herbie do? Herbie goes into full attack mode and drives for help. And he summons Nicole and the attorney and lots and lots and lots and lots of other Volkswagen Beetles.
Starts the Twilight beep.
There you go. Get that reference. So he ends up like getting so many Volkswagen Beetles, and that probably makes sense of why that like that was part of like the promotional for it because there was like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens punch buggies, and they all come for Mr. Hawk, which is of course his dream, like his nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before they can get there, we see the grandmother and the drunk dude from earlier that are clearly on a date, ooh la la, and they are trying to fight off these wrecking crews again without Miley Cyrus and Mr. Hawk again yelling with a fire hose from the fire station,
Mhm.
but it's not going the way they want it to. It's not working. The army's doing better,
So,
but then
time
he
out.
gets scared and he leaves because of the Volkswagen Beetles
So, in the scene where his men are coming with the wrecking equipment,
without Miley Cyrus.
yeah, Mrs. Steinmetz gets down on the floor to listen to the rumbling caused by it because you can hear it coming before it happens.
Mhm.
And um, she gets down on the floor and she reports to the guy, I forgot what his name was. Anyway, she reports to the guy that she'd seen this in a movie once, and it was a reference to In Search of the Castaways that we saw earlier because there was a character that got down on the ground to listen to the rumbling when the flood was approaching.
And there you go. It's a deep cut.
Yeah, just to tie those together, I thought you might like it.
That movie made my list. This one probably will not, but we'll get there. But either way,
In Search of the Castaways?
I think so. Because that was Haley Mills. Because that was the film that I said Haley Mills redeemed herself after Pollyanna. Remember,
I don't remember that making your list.
they're like in the tree.
Did it really?
I mean, the list is right there. If you want
Okay.
to, I can check. But
Okay.
um, let us know. I think it did because it was like
Let's see if I can.
um, it. That was probably before we added pictures. Oh yeah, you have the master. Either way, so that was like the film where they like in the tree and it was really fun and they sneak on the boat and it was Haley Mills in a good film. But either way, um, this whole army of Herbies show up, all the friends, and they successfully scare off Mr. Hawk. And I'll wait till the end. I'll wait till you find this before I say the last line here.
Did not
It
make
did
your
not make my
list.
list. That was a good movie though.
No.
But will this one? We'll find out. So Mr. Hawk gets defeated by the army of Volkswagens. And then we see it cuts to the next scene. Who knows how far in the future? And we see that Nicole and the attorney are getting married in the firehouse, just like the grandmother did to the dude in the picture. And they leave in Herbie. The end until the next Herbie Love Bug film.
Until the next.
But we just successfully watched the first film of the year 1974. Thoughts, ratings, rumblings? Calling your Volkswagen friends?
It did not do well in the box office.
I don't think it did good in the IMDb ratings either, I can assume.
It did not. Um, so IMDb rated it a 5.7 out of 10.
I mean, it's a sequel without anybody from the original. So,
I gave it a 6 out of 10. It did have its funny moments.
I mean, I liked Super Dad better.
It did not punch its way onto my list, though.
So then what is your list upon a star?
101 Dalmatians, The Parent Trap, Sleeping Beauty, Dumbo, Napoleon and Samantha, Snowball Express, The Jungle Book, The Aristocats, Lady and the Tramp, and Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, so this is not making my list either, but hey, we watched it. We watched another sequel. Watch along, let us know. But my list upon a star still is 101 Dalmatians, Mary Poppins, Peter Pan, Robin Hood, Alice in Wonderland, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Babes in Toyland, Napoleon and Samantha, the upset of the year, followed by The Aristocats, and all the way from the second film that we watched, in the year 1940, my number 10, still holding on the chopping block, is Pinocchio. And we'll put that right here. So yeah, we watched it. Wasn't the worst film we watched. Maybe someday we'll rank our worst films, but we'll get there. We talked about that, but there's a lot. Not like in like a negative way, just the list upon a star was only 10 films long.
Yeah.
So either way, we are on Instagram.
Mhm.
We are on Spotify, where you can hear our lovely voices.
Mhm.
We are on YouTube, where you could also hear our lovely voices and see our lovely faces.
You can also see our faces on Spotify.
Speaking of lovely voices, thank you to Mr. Andy Has a Band for our theme song. As always, you can write to us at deepdivingthemagicpod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Let us know if this was your favorite film, or if you like Mr. Hawks yelling more than his father's laughing. But either way, thank you for telling your friends. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the thumbs up. Thumbs up. Either way, we are floating over to July of the year 1974 for the second film of the year 1974, and that is film 115. I can't believe that we have watched 115 films, and that is a film called The Bears and I. We will talk about The Bears and I next time.
Thanks for deep diving magic.
Bye.
Bye.